Hey, welcome to Look Around Florida. I am your host, Sean McFall, aka the Florida Man. I'm glad y'all could be here tonight. When you jump in, make sure you put in the chat hi and what you are representing. If you're just Joe Blow down the street, that's great. If you're representing an OCR chapter, UDC, or SCV chapters, please let me know. I love all y'all. I love y'all can be here tonight. Derek from Tennessee Division. I'm glad you can be here tonight, buddy. I had one thing to talk about and I lost it. All right, let me get back on track. Ready. So we're shoot the stuff for a little while. Until the channel populates. Feel free to ask questions. I'm not shy. Let me get this out there. That way I keep myself out of the doghouse. That way my bosses don't call me and go, why did you say that? Put the disclaimer out. Keeps me out of the doghouse. Charles LeRay's in the house. Welcome. So, always feel free to ask me questions. We're going to go in our program here in a little bit. So, we're just going to get a chance for the show to populate. We got quite a bit of Lee Jackson's events coming up next month. We do have some reenactments coming up next month here in the state of Florida. And most of the camps here in the Florida division are pretty much, if they either are doing it or they're wrapping up their Christmas celebrations. Speak of the devil, and she shall appear. It's Annette Lindsay, our president of the Florida Order of the Confederate Rose. Well, you don't have to have the blood to be a member. If you want more details, please head up Annette Lindsay. She can find you a chapter here in Florida. Hope you like phone calls and private messages and that. I just want to see you ladies grow. Like I said, hey Derek, Charles, it was in the 80s today here. I take 75 degrees any day of the week. Hey Al. Al from another camp in the Tennessee division. Sweet. Glad you could be here, Al. So keep in mind, we have some great news that happened this past weekend. We'll go into it here in a little bit as the show populates. Keep in mind, if you're looking for an SCV camp, Sons of Confederate Veterans, Order of the Confederate Rose, or United Daughters of the Confederacy chapter, please hit me up and I'll point you in the right direction. If you're looking for an Order of the Confederate Rose chapter, where you don't have to have the blood, you just have to love being around guys and women that have the same mindset, please poke Annette Lindsay. Charles, you're down there in Louisiana, you know. Well, you want Santa to come in on the airboat and no reindeer and front gators? Yeah, my version of Christmas is just like that, but we have pythons in front of our airboats and anacondas. Rich Garcia from the Tennessee division. Sweet. Glad you could be here. Sandra and Dan Coyle. This is the Christmas season. Happy Hanukkah to any Jewish members we have, and for you Christians, Jesus is the reason. Well, Derek, if you ever come down here to Southwest Florida, I'll put you on one. I'll take you. We'll go out python hunting. Alrighty. Let's go into some of the reenactments that are coming up in the state of Florida. Ready? Where did these? January 16th and 18th is the raid of Otter Springs. For vets and John Hance O'Steele, the Florida Division HQ Camp 770 would like to invite everyone out to the 5th annual raid on Otter Springs. Just like previous years, 2 engagements will take place on Saturday, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Clay Landing, living and one on Sunday at 2 p.m. Station 4. All proceeds will go to support the veteran organizations. Artillery limited on 4 guns, co-hosted by the 4th Brigade and the 7th Brigade, Sons of Confederate Veterans, Florida Division, and the Florida Division of Artillery. If you have any questions, Annette Lindsay is in the house. Hey, Floyd from Arkansas, how you been, buddy? You can get a hold of Keith Cole or Clement Lindsay. Annette Lindsay is in the chat, so if you have any questions on this event, please feel free to hit her up. She's helping out her dad, Clement. The battle at Fort Taylor, Florida, Living History, Civil War Heritage Days, February 6th and 8th, 2026. For Fort Zachary Taylor Historical Park in Key West, Florida, is hosting an annual Civil War Heritage Day event, February 6th and 8th, 2026. The 3-day event portrays the time period 1861 to 1862 at the Federal Fortress. First Impressionist weapons demonstration, camp life are featured daily. Event highlights include a parade down Dual Street, sea battle on Sunday, blockade runner trial and lecture, Union and Confederate soldiers, townspeople, people, performance, and settlers, all part of the reenactment, which focus on educating the public by sharing the history of Fort Taylor and the life during the Civil War. Designated at the National Historical Landmark in 1973. Ready. January 31st, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Campsite visit, demonstrations, 4 p.m. Memorial at Clint Square and Dual Street. Parade follows. Saturday, February 1st, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Where I am getting this. If you want to keep up to date with what reenactments are going on in Florida, here's the website. Facebook page, Florida Reenactor Online.com. Victor Smith is in the chat. February 2nd at 9:30 a.m. Historical Civil War church services from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Camp visits and demonstration. 11 a.m. is the blockade runner trial. Then, of course, February 13th to the 15th is the Battle of Olustee. If you're not familiar with that reenactment, it's one of the biggest ones in Florida. Then we got the 161st annual and the 49th annual reenactment of the Battle of Natural Bridge. If you have any questions on that event, please get a hold of Lieutenant Commander Mark Best. His camp is involved with that. Uh, Infantry Lieutenant Colonel Mark Rogers, Civilian Kerry Cook, Settlers and other inquirers Bob Tamp, Park Services Brooke Bear. That's thanks, Annette. There you go. Woohoo! Congratulations, Annette, for hosting the ladies' tea at that event. Hope it goes good for you. If you want to keep in track with other reenactments that are going on in the state of Florida, please check out their Facebook page, FloridaReenactorOnline.com. When I was heavily involved with reenacting, that's where I would go and print out the list of reenactments that are going on in the state of Florida. On that page, you can also find Settlers if you need to get new pants, shirts, stuff like that. Ready. Let me get that off. So this weekend was the 45th. Yeah. Oh, it almost escaped my mind. Guys, girls, please keep compatriot Terry Beasley in your thoughts and prayers. He did suffer a stroke, pretty severe one. If you have any questions or you want to send cards or flowers or whatever, please get a hold of Bob Highball. He is going to be the SCV's point of contact for the Beasley family. So please keep your thoughts and prayers on for him. Not only is a member of the SCV, he's also a member of the MOSB and various other groups besides reenacting and having a cannon that he goes out and plays with. So please keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Point of contact will be 8th Brigade Commander Bob Highball. That's the brigade commander for the Ocala area. So you guys can reach out to him if you want to send cards or flowers or warm wishes and prayers. Biggest thing is prayers. So it just clicked in my head, so I wanted to get that out before we go into what happened this Saturday in St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg camp had their 45th anniversary charter celebration. So, big congratulations to those guys on 45 years of hanging in there, being a camp, living the charge. Big congratulations to them. I did take some pictures. I did put it on the Look Around Florida Facebook page. There's how the room was set up when you walked in the door. And this is the camp. Congratulations to Bobby Van Zant, Rick Gray, Randy Bailey, Dirty Man. Miss any of the camp members? Names? Thanks, Derek. Yeah, Bob Highball's going to be the point of contact for that. So there's a few guys there that I know and I've talked to over the years. Besides our commander in chief, Donnie Kennedy. was there in attendance. I was there. Annette Lindsay, Bob Highball, various different OCR and UDC ladies were there. Great turnout. I'm very happy for those guys celebrating 45 years as a camp. Congratulations. I know, Derek, St. Pete, woohoo! Ready. There's the Annette Lindsay, Laura Schultz, Cindy Pendleton, and a couple of the younger ladies from the UDC chapter up there. I believe the lady in the middle is the UDC president. There was so much going on there and everything. If I didn't get a chance to say hi to you, I'm sorry. So there's our lovely ladies. And there's everybody that showed up. It's the event did started out with Jerry Peacock with the drums and bringing in the thanks, Annette. I knew you were going to smack me around. Rita Zimmermer. I butchered her last name. I knew it. So it started out Jerry Peacock with his drum. He does have a drum and he's willing to travel if you're looking for a drummer for your event. Did bring in the color guard. They posted colors. Bob Highball. I mean, not Bob Highball. Bobby Van Zant. Did a little speech. The one speech that I really did enjoy, other than Donnie Kennedy's, was Rick Gray's speech on the history of the camp. I really enjoyed that a lot. I really enjoyed that a lot. Besides that, we have two more members of the Order of the Confederate Rose, Thorns. There's Annette Lindsay swearing them into their OCR chapter for the St. Petersburg camp. Dirty Mitch, and I bad with names. I forget the young gentleman's name. Annette helped me out and smacked me around. But congratulations and welcome to the Order of the Confederate Rose. Like I said, it was a great turnout. I did see on Facebook and multiple platforms, different camps were having Christmas parties and everything. Captain Ronnie Nichols was at Bob Highball's camp to talk about the mechanized cavalry, what his hopes and dreams of with 3rd Battalion Company D. Did see that. Yeah, like I said, we got guys out there doing everything. We got Howard Maines up there in the Randy. I think he's part of your area up there in the Panhandle. Out there doing good. Up there around the Pensacola area, if I'm not mistaken. It's in between Tallahassee and Pensacola. I know that's a huge gap, but that's the best way I can describe it. I did want to put this out there. Hopefully, our Heritage Defense HQ's involved with this. Congress finally revealed the replacement for the Robert Lee statue, and everyone after 5 years of speculation, Congress finally revealed which Virginia would replace the Confederate Robert E. Lee at the U.S. Capitol. A 16-year-old civil rights activist named Barbara Rose Johns would be put in his place. I'm sure Nationals involved with that, especially the Virginia division. So Hopefully they can get that turned around and get Robert E. Lee back there at the U.S. Capitol. Yeah, ready. I'm just double checking to make sure I don't miss anything. Derek, I see you did a program. What type of program do you do, Derek? All right, gentlemen and ladies. This is probably going to be the last episode to after the new year. Oh, Rich did it. Oh, did Rich do his program on his ancestor, or does he do a different program? Because I really enjoyed the one he does on his ancestor, Bloody Bill Anderson. Interesting. Because we know Bloody Bill did eventually go over and join up with Quantrell. Or the information I read was wrong and learned. So, hey, speaking of our division chaplain, Kim Hoffecker's in the house. I'm sure he will tell you to keep compatriot Terry Beasley in your thoughts and prayers. Kim, just check your email. I'm sure Bob Highball got, or Victor or Jerry got a hold of you. So, guys, I love all you. I just wanted to say again, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. For you that are Scottish descendants, make sure you put out your Yule logs. I will. It's got to be on my TV because I don't have a fireplace, and they don't allow me to play with matches anymore. Go figure. Oh, good, Kim. Thank you. So, guys, girls. Oh, I did get an email from a good friend of mine. Let me no wait. Let me get back to it. Remember, besides it was the charter celebration last week, various different camps throughout the organization did go out for wreaths across America. I know some of the guys with 3rd Battalion Company D did an escort on the wreaths going to a cemetery. I didn't catch the name of it off the top of my head. Yeah, Keith. Please stand by for a public service announcement. Ready. Like I said, a good friend of mine that is big with the veteran community down here in my area. Where the hell did the picture go? I think this is it. Like I said, last weekend was Wreaths Across America. I do have some work to do. I'll be doing that at the cemetery this weekend. but a good friend of mine that is very active with the veteran community did do this for me. Uh, and I do want to give him a big shout out to Keith. Like I said, he's very big in the veteran community for doing this for our Confederate veterans. Uh, yeah, this picture was at the Buckingham Cemetery. Yes, Kim, I will agree. Guys, I know we're starting to wrap everything up. So let me get that picture down. Now, keep in mind, there's multiple platforms out there you can check out. SCV Chat on Monday nights and Thursday nights. In between that, you do have Tennessee Tuesday. If you want to know what's going on in the Tennessee division, they are starting. They have started a program too. It's Brian Blankenship and Jason Boshears at 8 p.m. Uh, 7 Confederate Standard Time. They do a great job on letting us know, just like I do with Florida. They're doing it with Tennessee. So I'm happy other divisions are starting to get on the ball with this. So please check them out. If you want to let them know you heard it from Look Around Florida, go for it. I'm not picky. Uh, so then roughly around Fridays, you do have another David Pope does do a program there. Sundays is Michael C. Hardy. Uh, and he does a great program too. Now, keep in mind also, we're going into January. A lot of Lee Jacksons. So keep in mind, start registering for these Lee Jacksons that are coming up. This one is put out by the Captain J.J. Dickerson Camp. Saturday, January the 10th, 2026. Their guest speaker will be Jason Boshears, past commander in chief and host of Tennessee Tuesday. Yeah, you can go to www.camp1387 Lee Jackson Dinner and register today. And you got the 34th annual Lee Jackson Southern Heritage event, hosted by the Finley's Brigade, Sons of Confederate Veterans, and Mary Ann Harvey Black Chapter Number 5, January 24th, 2026. Social hours at 5 p.m. Their guest speaker will be Miss Emily Lippenscheider. I butchered the name, I know it. Actress, musician, first in person impressionist, appearing as most Rose O'Neill Greenhound. If you have if you want to get tickets or have any questions or concerns about this event, please get a hold of Adjutant Thomas Williams or Commander Mark Best for more details. And we got the Colonel Samuel St. George Rogers Camp, 1865, Sons of Confederate Veterans, Ocala, Florida. Their Lee Jackson dinner and celebrating Southern heritage. Their guest speaker will be Michael C. Hardy. If you haven't caught his program on Sundays, definitely do it. If you really want to talk about history, it's Sunday Night History Chat. Saturday, January 24th, 2026, social hour and silent auction. I'll be at 6 p.m., dinner at 7 p.m. at the VFW Hall in Ocala, Florida. Tickets are on sale for $65 each. Register and purchase tickets at www.leejacksondinner.com. At the General John C. Breckinridge Camp, 1786, Sons of Veterans, in the Gravy Belleville 2234 of United Daughters of the Confederacy invites you to their General Robert E. Lee and Thomas Jackson at our 5th annual Lee Jackson banquet. Bob Ganier's in the chat. Hey, buddy. January 24th, 2026. Program will start at noon, Oxford Memorial Center. In Oxford, Florida. Event will be covered dish provided by the SCV and UDC members. Chapter fundraiser shop at Confederate Store. Guest speaker will be Walter Donnie Kennedy, our Commander-in-Chief of Sons of Confederate Veterans. Period attire is optional. Please get a hold of Joyce White if you have any questions or concerns. So, like I said, we have a lot of events coming up in the month of January. Right now, everybody's spending time with their family and loved ones because it is Christmas season. So, with that being said, anybody have any questions or concerns for me? Or forever hold your peace. Yes, I am better in front of a camera and instead of in front of a person because I have outline of what I want to talk about. Sometimes I'll mow over the map. Most of you know that. But all right, gentlemen, ladies. Ooh. There you go. That's from the Florida Division Order of the Confederate Rose from the President, Annette Lindsay, wishing you all a Merry Christmas. On the behalf of the Florida Division SCV, I would love to wish you all Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and be in good spirits. With that being said, as we're getting ready to wrap everything up, take my glasses off so I can read. The temptation in your life are no different from what others experience, and God is faithful. He will not allow the temptations to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, he will show you a way so that show you a way out so that you can endure. Colossians 10:13. With that being said, please go with God. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas from the Florida Man and the Florida Sons of Confederate Veterans. Hope to see all you after the 1st of January while we take a little break. Charles Ray, you took the words right out of my mouth. Jesus is the reason for the season. All right. Till next time. Merry Christmas. Stay Southern. May God bless you in your adventures. Until after the first year, stay Southern.
My name is Nelson W. Winbush. I'm a member of the Jacob Sumner Camp 1516 Sons of Confederate Veterans. My reason for joining the Sons of Confederate Veterans after the NAACP declared they would destroy and remove everything Confederate in 1990, I decided that I would do all I could to make sure that people understood what the Confederacy stood for.